We wake up before dawn to get over to the west side of the Chao Phraya River and Bangkok's Thonburi train station. Here there are 2 departures per day for Nam Tok, which is the present-day end of the line. No matter how far you are going, the price is 100 baht for tourists. At about $3, this is not bad for a 5-hour ride. Since Sangkhlaburi is not an easy place to get to no matter what your method of transportation, we decide to make the most of it and spend our day enjoying the journey. For the first chunk of the trip, the train is basically just traversing its way out of sprawling Bangkok and its suburbs. It then travels through Nakhon Pathom city and a small part of the province of the same name. Very briefly, it ambles through the tip of Ratchaburi before entering the massive province of Kanchanaburi. In Ratchaburi, we come to the station called Nong Pladuk Junction. This is the original start point of the Siam-Burma Railway, and happens to be the station Nina was looking forward to getting some food from local vendors who board the train. After about 3 hours, the more mountainous terrain of Kanchanaburi Province is on the horizon ahead, just as we reach the outskirts of the namesake and capital city. As we pull into the main station, you can start to see a larger tourist infrastructure, and quite a few people board the train here for popular day trips. The ride starts to get very scenic from this point on, especially on the bits where it seems to hover above the Mae Nam Kwai Yai. Another station just before the river sees the train get extra packed. Since there are only 2 crossings in each direction per day, many of Kanchanaburi's domestic and international tourists seem to be here to catch a ride. Others hang out on platforms along the famous bridge over the River Kwai to catch a different experience. after the big city, the rail line follows the Mae Nam Kwai pretty closely, all the way until its terminus in Nam Tok. At this point, most people on board are here for the spectacle, and you can sense the growing excitement as we approach Lung Su. This is the location of some of the most precarious tracks, which float well above the river's surface. The train slows down and crawls along this section. Anything faster would surely send us all hurtling down the hill. This railway line, which was built by occupying Japanese during World War II using the forced labor of their prisoners, is usually called the Death Railway. More than 100,000 Southeast Asian people were worked to their death by labor and disease. Tamils and Chinese from Malaysia, Javanese, Burmese, and others were trafficked here, where all in all, over 250,000 were forced to work. The train rounds long curves and climbs more elevation, deeper into Kanchanaburi Province. It already seems like a long day, but it is still early afternoon and there are so many views to soak in. We are nearing the final destination of Nam Tok. The original rail line, built with all of that stolen labor, went over the Three Pagodas Pass and well into Burma, but most of it was destroyed in the war. The Thai government eventually only rebuilt the line to here, and the rest has long been lost to nature. Surrounded by high limestone cliffs, Nam Tok is a beautiful place we want to spend plenty of time in one day, as well as the nearby Erawan National Park. Today, we are just taking a songthaew over to the main road and catching the bus to Sangkhlaburi. These days, the road is the only way to get any deeper into the west of Kanchanaburi Province. It takes quite a bit longer than we anticipate, but after a decent wait, we hail the local bus that finally comes and take it to the town of Thong Pa Boom. Here we transfer to a minibus service that goes the rest of the way to Sangkhlaburi.
I get the vibe that you're distant. There's something about you that's different.
By this point, we are pretty exhausted from all the travel, but the views of Khao Laem Reservoir as we wind our way through the national park of the same name are pretty rewarding.
'Cause you're fading out. We've been here before. Tell me again, just tell me again, and I'll make it right. Don't go through that door. Tell me again, just tell me again, and I'll make it right.
Our last transfer of the day is from the minibus to 2 moto taxis, which make quick work of the short route to our hotel.
Nothing is wrong, just leave it be. But I see it in your eyes. Something isn't right. Tell me again what I'm missing. 'Cause you're fading out.
Before no time, we have drinks in front of us and get to enjoy magic hour in a truly magical place.
Make it right. Don't go through that door. Tell me again, just tell me again, and I'll make it right.
Multiple rounds of drinks and some serviceable food from the hotel's kitchen is the perfect way to end the busy day. We will venture out for more delicious meals in the coming days, but right now, we just want to stay here and enjoy the evening rhythms of Sangkhlaburi from far above.
Make it right. Don't go through that door. Tell me again, just tell me again, and I'll make it right. Tell me again. Tell me again.
From the same vantage point in the early morning, the lake seems an entirely different place, with different rhythms to learn. In no rush, a few hours pass as we watch the morning clouds get burned off by the rising sun. As the hot day settles in, we start to get in the mood for some spicy food as lunch approaches. Another round of moto taxis takes us into town for a quick stop at the post office and on to some surprisingly delicious bowls of noodles. It is vacation after all, and it is not long before we are back at the hotel to cool off in the pool. A few hours later, as the sun goes behind the hills to the west one more time, it is our chance to go down and walk across the long wooden Mon Bridge. Besides the beautiful surroundings, one of the draws for Thai tourists from the rest of the country is a chance to cosplay Mon culture here in Sangkhlaburi. Most Mon people in the world live across the border in Myanmar, where they are the majority. In Thailand, they are a minority, but almost 500,000 live throughout the country, with a particularly high concentration right here. Many people rely on this tourism for their livelihood and are happy to share their traditional clothing and the Tanaka powder used as makeup and sun protection. These opportunities are readily available on the Mon Bridge. Even if you are not into this, the bridge is a great place to come to watch the energy of Sangkhlaburi and maybe meet some locals and other tourists. We use the bridge to get to the Mon Village on the opposite shore from our hotel, explore this place a little bit, and ultimately find something to eat. The restaurant we choose has various Mon flags hung on the wall inside under the Thai flag. Two of these are political parties from Mon State in Myanmar, who vehemently oppose the current military junta that run the country.
I want to really like beer so much. That will make my life so much easier. ผักกูดน้ำมันหอยค่ะ
We could not have picked a better place, as the food was excellent as well. The name in Mon language roughly translates to mom and pop, and our experience here could not have been more low-key and special. I had visited Sangkhlaburi in 2001 as a wide-eyed backpacker and always had such a lasting impression. I was so eager to return. 25 years later, with Nina, it was even better than I remembered. Getting back to Bangkok, we basically do the reverse. Our minibus gets us all the way to Nam Tok this time. Another song towel, back to the train station, and the beautiful Death Railway heading east this time.